Hi! Hello! Welcome back to my channel. So, in this video, I talk about a lot of things. I talk about my housing meeting, I talk about figuring out the bus system, I talk about walking around Vista Way, and probably most importantly, I give you all the information about taking the swim test. So if you had any questions about it, if you're curious about what it is, what it looks like, what actually happens, I tell you all about it, and I also show you what my training schedule looks like, which I got after the swim test. So that's about it. So let's jump in. I didn't even... So it is the next day. It is, where's my phone? 11:18 a.m. I had housing at 9 a.m. The earliest housing time. I woke up at 7:30, got ready, found out what bus I needed to take to Commons. Is anyone home?
Okay, this is crazy. We would hear weird like knocking sounds like that all the time and we could never figure out what it was. It sounded like people were like knocking from inside the walls. I don't know, but I lived there for a year. Happened all the time, never figured out what it was. So that's great.
Needed to find out what bus I needed to take to Commons, figured that out, texted Bethany because she also had the housing meeting with me. She was at her parents' hotel though. So I texted her what bus I was taking, because we debated about it yesterday, if we should just take her car or take the bus, but we didn't know about parking. So we just took the bus from Vista to Commons, did the housing welcome session thing, needed your photo ID to scan so you were accountable that you were there. And then that's where all the roomies are right now, except Bethany, she's with her parents. But everyone else had the 11 a.m. housing session, so they got to sleep in a little bit, except Haley, she dropped her mom off at the airport. But yeah, housing, they just went over like what you can and can't do, drugs, alcohol, all that fun stuff. They tried to make it fun. So you walked in and it was like a big room, the lights were off, there was like colored lights flickering all over the place, not flickering but like on the walls and stuff, and then they had blaring Disney Mania music. And then they had like a screen that all of us were just like staring at because we were so tired, and it was just like, let your journey begin, and like cheer if you're excited, and we were all just like but yeah, it was pretty basic, nothing very exciting. And then we were done, and then we needed to take the bus back, and I checked the app, and the bus we took, the F bus, was gonna be like 20 more minutes to the Commons, and then you would have to go through the whole bus route, which would be 40 minutes to get back to Vista. And I was like, we're not doing that. So I was like, okay, the next bus, if it goes to Vista, we should take it. Next bus came, didn't go to Vista. The next bus came, it was like a C bus, and it went to Epcot. So we got on the Epcot bus, thought we were gonna be going like through the whole route. Thankfully, the first stop was Vista, so that worked out really well. And it was crowded. I didn't think the buses would get that crowded, but I guess that was a dumb thought because it was crowded, and I stood the whole time, and I was trying not to fall and make a fool of myself. But yeah, the Epcot bus dropped us off at Vista. Beth and I walked back to the apartment, and all the roomies were in the living room chilling, and I was like, hey guys, what's up? We just hacked the bus system. Didn't really hack it, just kind of was smart and looked at what bus was going where. Then I had some breakfast, leftover Cracker Barrel, and then now we're caught up. We did it. So I don't know what else I'm gonna do for the rest of the day. There's nothing planned, so I'm going to finish, keep going on getting my room situated, maybe go to Trader Joe's later. That's where Haley needs to go for food. I kind of want to go to a resort just to like walk around and do something Disney before we can get into the parks. So yeah, I'll update you when I can. I need to get better about vlogging in front of people, but you know, what are you gonna do? So yeah, that's it. Okay, talk to you later, bye. Hi friends, it's a few hours later, and I have basically organized everything. I am very tired. Yeah, so I put everything away. I feel a lot better now. As you can see, I put up some lights, flag, Closet's all organized. Dresser and storage and everything kind of cleaned up and organized, so I feel a lot better.
Also, if you want to see a full Vista Way apartment tour, my roommate Haley did it over on her channel. She is wonderful and amazing and hilarious, and the video is linked in the corner and down below, and you should go watch it right now.
Now I'm going to kind of just do some catching up, I guess, emails, reading through program guide, and getting a little more organized before the swim test tomorrow. So I'll let you know what I'm up to in a bit. Hi everyone! Last time you saw me, I was finishing unpacking my room. So after that, we were just chilling in the apartment. It was raining out, so we couldn't really do anything. We didn't want to go to Disney Springs in the rain or walk around any resorts. So we just stayed here. We walked around Vista Way, kind of got the lay of the land. We're in building 26. We're on the 2nd floor. So we have classrooms and the mailroom below us, which is kind of nice, so we don't have to worry about being too loud. And then we walked around, saw the pond, saw the pavilion again, saw the clubhouse.
And then I proceeded to have Haley lay down beneath the Mickey ears and pretend like she was wearing them. And oh my gosh, the illusion doesn't really work, but that's fine. It's a cute picture.
And we have 2 pools. And then after we walked around, we ordered Domino's pizza and watched some movies. So we watched Phantom of the Opera, which I've never seen, and El Dorado, which I never saw. So that was fun, but I was really tired and we went to bed pretty early. Like, we were in bed at like 11, fell asleep around midnight, so not too bad. So that was day 2. So now on to day 3.
Also, this is the day that I got officially hired. Woohoo!
Hi everyone, it's day 3 and today was our swim test. So if you saw my training for the swim test, you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. But if you don't know, for every lifeguard, you have to do a swim test the like 2nd or 3rd day you get to your program. So me and my roommate Bethany were both lifeguards. We took a bus to Chatham. Around 7:15 we got to the bus stop. And we had to be ready to go by 8:15. So they say leave an hour early. So we were at the bus stop an hour early. We got to Chatham, walked to Mickey's Retreat, which is the cast member only recreation area where there's pools, and that's where all the lifeguard training is. So we went to Mickey's Retreat, did our swim test. So when we got there, we were pretty early, so we just kind of sat around and talked with the other lifeguards. Then the trainers started like setting up the groups. So you found
your Echo received an important update and must restart. It'll be ready again shortly.
Haley brought her Alexa. I'm not used to having an Alexa. Maybe I shouldn't talk so close to it. Yeah, so we had, let's find lighting. Look at that nice background. Okay, so once the trainer started setting up, you found your name on a list and you were in groups by your location. So like Blizzard Beach was like in one group, Typhoon was in another group, and then other deep resorts were in another group. And I was in the last group. I was with 2 Caribbean Beach girls, a Grand Floridian, and a All-Star Movies lifeguard. And the Blizzard Beach one was first, so my roommate was in the first group, and I was in the last group. So she had to wait for me because it went in order of the group. I've been talking so much that my SD card filled up. So, yeah, so the trainers put out sheets to tell you what group you're in. Blizzard Beach was like Mickey Mouse. I was Daisy, and there was like Donald and Squirt and like Nemo. So, trash. So then, once everyone was there, and the test started at 8:30. So once like 8:30 hit and everybody was there and you like signed in on your sheet, your like initials, they like started their spiel and said what we were going to be doing. So first we all got up out of the screened in like pavilion place we were all sitting, and then we went to take an eye test. It was just an eye chart on the back of the like training center. It was just on a wall, and then we were like maybe 20-30 feet away, and then you had to read. It was like line 7. It was like pretty small, but obviously readable. It wasn't like the last line, it was like around the middle. Everyone passed that. One girl kind of struggled, but she passed it. And then the first group, which was Mickey, went to take their test. So deep water and shallow water had different tests, even though we got emails saying everyone was doing the deep water one. The deep and shallow took different ones. So The deep water test was 250 yards, which was 8 lengths. So you touch one end, it was 1, touch the other end 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it was 8 lengths. Then they did the brick dive, which was a 10-pound brick at the bottom of the deep end, which was 8 feet. And they jumped in feet first, swam down. You have to keep your head above your ankles. You can't turn around and swim down like you would if you dived in. You have to push yourself down with your hands like this. Just push yourself down. So that was deep water for getting the 10-pound brick out of the deep end, which was 8 feet. Then they treaded water for 2 minutes with their hands out of the water, but like not on their head. If like the water was right at my neck, your hands could just be here. They didn't have to be super high up or anything. Oh, and the trainers were like playing games with you, and they did the alphabet game. So like say a Disney character with the letter A, and then they went through the alphabet, and by the time they got to T, it was like 2 minutes were up. So that was helpful for them. I took shallow water, and we were the last group, so we had to watch everyone go before us, and we had to wait for a while. So shallow was just 50 yards, which was down and back, and then getting a 10-pound brick from 5 feet of water, but we didn't have to jump in. So after we swam the 50 yards, we lined up on the one edge of the pool. They had 2 bricks at the bottom, and they just said, okay, go down and get it. Same way, pushing the water down and then not having your head go in front of your ankles, and no treading water. It was pretty simple. Waiting made it worse for me. Like I didn't get super anxious or nervous at all, which was good because I did prepare for it. Thankfully, I just had to swim 50 meters, 50 yards, and get a 10-pound brick from 5 feet of water. So that was the swim test. And then we had to take a bus back from Chatham because after we were done, we walked from Mickey's Retreat to the Chatham bus stop. Almost fell. From the Chatham bus stop to Vista. So we took the Epcot one because it goes from Chatham to Commons to Vista. So that might be our bus when we're going from complex to complex. But yeah, that was the swim test. So then we took the bus back to Vista. I showered, had some breakfast, and I think we're going to Disney Springs soon. So that'll be fun. I will pull out my camera while I'm at Disney Springs. I will. I don't know if I'll talk to you. I don't know if I'll have that courage yet, but we're gonna try. So yeah, now you're up to date. See you at Disney Springs. Also, we got our training schedules. After you passed your swim test, you got your training schedule. Every other role already had their training schedule emailed to them, but since we had to take a test before we knew we could be a lifeguard, they gave us our schedule right after we finished. So this is what mine looks like. Let's cover my number. Okay, my name, my role is lifeguard, CP. I'm at Wilderness Lodge. So here's what it looks like. So training day 1 is a lifeguard class, and so it's day 1 of 3. So starts on Saturday, and then it goes Sunday and Monday. Same time, 8 to 5 at Mickey's Retreat. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday I have off. Thursday I have Welcome to Ops, Disney University, and then Friday I have Wilderness Lodge, Resort Frontiers training. So that's what that looks like. And here's the bottom, just some more rules and stuff. So yeah, that's what my training schedule looks like. Yeah, I'm really excited I'm at Wilderness. I was hoping they wouldn't move me or have me take deep water, but they didn't. So yeah. So that's it for this video. Next week I will be showing you what I did at Disney Springs and what we do the days before traditions when we can't get into the parks. So thank you so much for watching. Special shout out to Haley and Carolyn because I used some of their footage, and as always they're linked down below, and you should go subscribe and watch all their DCP videos because they were all good and edited them while they were still there. So you will love them because I love them. And that's about it. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye.